You had to say words like "orf" instead of "off," and "because" instead of "because," and "that." And this went on until about the 1960s. And I remember one of my favourite broadcasts, I'm sure you grew up with him too, Martin, was Norris McWhirter. And when you remember Norris on the Record Breakers with Roy Castle, he absolutely had that way of talking, which went right back to the 1930s. And then, of course, that all changed later on. And now, of course, we can speak more or less how we want to. But this Manual for Broadcast English was set up, and this showed some very interesting words, how they should be pronounced by everybody on the BBC. See if you can guess what these words are.
Combat.
Oh, combat.
Combat. Very good.
Oh,
yes.
of course.
Military combat.
Fruity bird, but that's combat. It's combat.
Issue.
Issue.
Issue. Yes, which is now we all say issue rather lazily, but it should still be issue, really.
It should.
But you'd be laughed at if you said it. This one, husband-free.
That.
Husband-free, housewife-free.
Very good. You can tell how he's a well-brought-up boy.
Yes.
Yes, that's housewifery.
Yeah, but if you give us some James in half an hour, there's a guinea in it for you.
That was husband-free. But that's how words were pronounced, and this told people how they should be pronounced.
I think I have actually heard Giles say house was free. I think I have. Anyway.
But it all changed.
Yeah, but you've also brought along a recording of the first regional accent that was used on the BBC.
The first regional accent used by a presenter was during the Second World War, and the Germans, for their propaganda, used to copy BBC English, and they could do it. They could copy received pronunciation BBC English. So the British then decided they would change the way that newsreaders and presenters spoke slightly to make it harder for the Germans. So they employed a man called Wilfred Pickles, who's an actor in Manchester-based, but from Leeds, or Yorkshire, and he read the news to try and confuse the Germans so they couldn't copy his pronunciation. But just listen to this clip. There's only one sound in it, really, that sounds any different. But this, at the time, was broad Yorkshire and caused an outcry.
This morning's news of Japan's aggression is of successful countermeasures against the invasion of Malaya. President Roosevelt has spoken of serious damage and casualties in the earlier Japanese air raids on America's Pacific naval bases, and the Japanese are reported to have lost an aircraft carrier and some of their bombers and submarines.
Incredibly broad. I mean, I couldn't understand it.
But no, the only word there was aircraft, and that's about it. You can hear the damage
even
was still very advanced. But aircraft, and that was it, and it caused an outcry.
There you go.
All right, thank you very much.
But thanks to him, you're here today.
Yes. Thanks ever so much.
Thanks, Wilfred. Yes. Top man. Thank you very much, Anita. How is your farm faring then, Martin, in this terrible weather we had?
Muddy. It was really muddy. It's been muddy. You know, the Beminster landslide that blocked the tunnel and killed those people, that was right by us, and we'd been muddy since then, and then we got a snow topping for a while, which made a change, and then that just leaves a terrible state. So horses have got mud fever, the sheep are miserable. It's all the fun of the fair, but other people have got it much, much worse than us.
And you talk about your horses, well, two of them in particular are the basis of another documentary you're doing.
Yes.
Bruce and Ronnie, isn't it?
Yes, my babies.
Yes, introduce us to these two then. There they are, yes?
That's Brucey on the right, that's Ronnie on the left, my right, but, as it were. But I bought them when they were 8 months, they're nearly 3 now, and they've just been loafing around until this year, and then we put them into work in the programme, and you see them learning and you see me learning, and I go around the world and see some other people who are still using horses to work rather than for leisure.
Well, that's the thing, that's the basis of the documentaries, and you send them off to hoof camp.
Yes, they go to hoof camp,
Yes, and how do they fare generally then?
Well, obviously I'm biased, I'm really proud of them because well, I don't want to give anything away, but they're home now and they did really well. They were very, very good horses in the first place.
OK. Well,
you ride?
Yes, I don't ride those yet, but they pull me around in my cart.
All right. Well, he's probably much better than he is in this clip then, because this is Ronnie when he first started training him with a cart.
Oh, he didn't like it.
Make me proud, Ronnie. Right, Axel. Bruce.
That's Ronnie.
Oh.
The theory behind Ronnie working with Axel is because he's hitched next to Robert's obedient stallion, he'll have no choice but to go along with everything he does.
I've tried to put a click on them ever since I got them. Whoa, whoa, whoa! Whoa, good boy. Don't know what that was, but you see, this is...
That's it, never take your eye off. There's the minute you looked at me.
They're going well with the cart now at home, I think.
Yeah, they're home and they're fully functional. They're lovely. I was hanging out with them yesterday.
Yeah. Very handy to have around if you've lost your driving licence, aren't they?
Yes, they are. Yes, they sure are.
But 10 years ago, Martin, did you ever imagine that you'd have this farm, all these animals, you know?
No, I never saw any of it coming at all. Not a bit of it, no.
How did that all start then? I mean,
well, we wanted a field. We lived down there for a long time. We always wanted a field to put a pony in for my daughter. And then, just a couple of acres would have been fine. And then we ended up buying 130 30, and it's sort of, you know, snowballed from there. And
Then you need somebody to keep the grass down. And
then, yeah, we've got the sheep, and we've got 15 horses now, and some rescues and stuff. But it's, you know, it's absolutely a dream come true for us. And I don't know, and, you know, those boys, I just adore them.
Yeah, you can see.
Yeah, that comes across in the documentary.
Yeah, I'm so proud of them. And they're just going to get better and better and better. And the next thing we're going to do is teach them to sit like dogs.
Right.
Yeah.
Good luck with that.
Yeah. And then get on them and have them gum up like a camel, because they're huge.
All right. Well, you've been busy as well, Brenda, because as well as the Disney series that we talked about earlier, you filmed this real tearjerker called Mary and Martha with Hilary Swank, haven't you?
Yeah, it's a Richard Curtis script, and it concerns two women of completely different cultures, background. They don't know each other at all, and both lose their son to malaria in Africa, in Mozambique. And it's a well-made piece, and it's really just raising awareness, because it's a problem that could be so easily solved, so cheaply and simply. When you consider that a child dies every minute from malaria, it's I mean, this show's on for 1 hour. 60 children will have died.
Yes, that's right. Yeah. Well, I went to Africa at the beginning of the year to do a similar film on malaria, and they just need nets, basically, don't they? It's that simple. But how was the experience for you then? Because you filmed a lot of it in an orphanage over in Africa, didn't you?
Yeah. And the children there, I mean, just wonderful. They're just so... They find things to smile about and laugh about, and it's kind of heart-rending. It really is.
It's hard for you to be playing a character and sort of acting
I mean,
in
yes,
a situation
that's a fiction.
like that.
Yeah, it is. But the situation exists, and you're reminded of it all the time. Lots of the children were orphans who'd lost their parents, you know, for other reasons. And one of the actresses in it had lost her mother. But it mainly affects children, malaria. And the Comic Relief funded a project in I think 2009. They sent 600,000 nets out there, and that supplied, say, 250,000 families, and it's cut the deaths by about 20%.
Wow. Which is fantastic.
Well, before we move on, let's have a look at you in that situation. You're actually in an orphanage here in this particular.
Kayla, please don't be embarrassed if this is embarrassing. But I need to be useful. I don't have a job. Do you think I could be of any help at the orphanage at all? Really? Yes, really.
But of course, it's easy to be useful there.
Yeah, but I can cook quite well. Victoria sponge cake, a speciality.
That's a start. And football?
Football, oh yes, I'm a brilliant player, if somewhat violent.
Oh, well, like mother, like son.
Excellent.
Great.
Yeah, and good luck as well with your trip to Africa.
Thank you.
Have you named the
Stay to that stair carpet.
Burglar.
Cat burglar, that's a good one. Very good.
Right, well, earlier on, Martin told us that dogs show 6 different types of doggy emotions through their barks, but we know a dog that can do a lot more than that.
Yes, he is Dodger. Martin Clunes' dog in Doc Martin. There he is.
Where is he?
Here we are.
Oh, there he is.
He's
He's a genius.
And it's time to see, now we apologise for this,
Right.
whether Dodger's emotional range is actually greater than yours. Both of you.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for...
An actor.
Dramatic pause. OK, so this is how it works, right? We're going to give you an emotion to convey into this camera here, camera 4, OK? And our studio audience will then vote on the most powerful of expressions,
Emotion.
Right.
OK, dig deep, guys.
OK.
All right.
Both of us into that one.
Yeah, well, one at a time.
Right, your first emotion is... That's a dramatic pause. Embarrassed. Brenda, you're first. OK.
Well, that's very good. That's very good. With silent movie-esque... Oh, it's very good. OK, Martin, let's move on to you. And contestant number 3, it's over to Dodger. round of applause. Let's go to the live audience. So what do you think? Dodger, Martin or Brenda? Oh, it's unanimous.
That's a fix.
Wow.
Definitely Dodger wins that round.
You're going to have to up the stakes. There's 3 rounds, by the way.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Come on. You're going to have to pull it out the bag.
Okay.
Come on. Your next emotion is shocked. Brenda.
It's good. Come on, Martin. Shockers.
Oh, what about Dodger? Can he beat them?
That's new. That's new.
Is that new?
Sonia's been busy. Yeah, I haven't seen him do that before.
Come on, audience. What do you reckon?
Dodger.
Hey!
Okay. You're going to have to really up the game now.
Right.
Okay, so the last emotion...
Cock our legs.
I want you to is excited, Brenda. Go on.
Yes! Good, I'm
Okay,
happy with that.
that's
Good.
Good.
OK, Martin.
More!
Come on, Dodger. What have you
electric
got on
shock,
offer? Here we go.
Oh, that's rubbish.
Then he ups it. Yay!
That's good. Dodger.
Will it be a clean sweep? Let's find out. Come on, it's time to vote. Is it Dodger, Martin or Brenda? Oh!
Look at that. Not bad.
Got one
Blimey.
there.
Good.
Brenda's got one.
Brenda's got one, Dodger.
Yeah.
Well,
It's good, but yes, of course, the overall winner out of the 3 rounds was, of course, Dodger. He couldn't be here tonight, but he did send this recording.
what's he... Oh, that's his mind.
Brilliant! Brilliant!
He's a genius, that boy.
Oh,